The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Happy Thursday.
Well, it's not a happy Thursday because Shaun just goes, guys, do you mind if I have a rant about my children before we get stuck into the show? Okay. You do what you need to do.
Well, I guess the advantage of living alone is that you don't have anyone stuffing up anything you want to do.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost you anything. I guess in the future you're worried about, are you going to be alone? Is anyone going to look after me? But I've got kids. I don't think that's going to happen to me anyway.
Yeah.
I can't see that.
Yeah.
But just overnight, right?
I'm going to build a carer out of the piles of money I have. Just got to shove piles of money in like a pillowcase, draw a face on it.
That'll work.
Yeah.
That'll work. So last night before I went to bed, I cooked dinner for everyone because people have been going down left, right and centre in my house sick. So yesterday, Megan started getting sick. She got it off the two older boys and they're back in good health. They're fine. And then my daughter went down last night. She wasn't feeling too good. I don't know if she's faking it. Probably is. But anyway, she went off. I cooked dinner for everyone. And I thought I'll make it easy for the clean-up situation. You know, as kids, we all had chores, yeah.
Yes.
So I might be doing the dishes on.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't eat for free when we were kids.
No.
No, you work for your
I'd
food.
set the table.
Yep.
We took turns doing the dishes.
So there's normally everyone has something to do. I do the dishwasher, put it on, bring some washing down. That's all. Just bring it down from upstairs.
Yes.
So last night I was chipping in. Before I went to bed, I asked. There was three boys were still home. I asked Cooper, "Can you bring the washing down and put it on?" And I'd already put some washing already into the washing machine and put the detergent in there. So all you have to do is chuck a little bit in there.
Close the door, press the button.
That's it.
Yeah.
I asked Lachlan to wipe the benches down and chuck out the bins. And I asked Ollie to put the dishwasher on. How easy is that? Like, it's a minute out of everyone's day. This morning I get up and thought I'd better hang the washing out before because Megan probably be in bed
You
for
were
a long
hanging
time.
the washing out at 4 a.m.
It was 4:15.
This morning.
This
Yeah, this morning.
You hung out washing this morning?
Yeah, well, I just thought, otherwise, it
With
sits
pegs?
in there and it's... Yeah, with pegs.
You're like pegging
the
clothes
dark.
up this morning.
In the dark.
How
Oh,
many
press the button.
clothes?
Yeah.
How many?
Well, this is my thing. I put the clothes in, and Cooper just had to bring the clothes downstairs and chuck it in. No, he didn't do that.
He didn't do it.
It couldn't be us.
So you didn't have to do anything this
So I
morning.
only had to do it was a half a load. So now later on I have to do a full load. So then I go to the dishwasher. Ollie didn't put the bastard on. It's just
It's
the
pressing a
dishwasher.
button. It's pressing
stinks.
a button, isn't it?
Yeah, and you just have to put one little pot
little
in
thing
and
in
then
there.
press the button.
And then Lachlan's taken out the bin, but he doesn't put bin liners back in. So we've got two bins there. And then the Fogo thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No bin liners in. And you know what people do when they get up in the morning?
They just throw
chop-
it in.
So,
it's made it worse.
look. It's insane
Look at
just
him.
talking about
I just
what's
need to get that
happening
out.
and not putting some things in place to stop it from happening again. If you cut your children off financially, that will pull them in line. Sean,
Yeah, I do.
you know
I do know
the
that's the answer.
core thing is they expect just fountains of money from you, and you have always, as a great father, and you're able to provide them with that. But that's the way to get these kids, because I know that's how it would have got. I mean, then again, I worked since year 7.
But yeah, we had to do our jobs to get our pocket money. Like that was if you didn't do the job, there wasn't any money.
And this is the other thing that's missing from the mix, right?
Yeah.
You're not allowed to hit your kids anymore.
Absolutely.
I was in fear of being hit. Like, honestly, the amount of times I piss bolted down the end of Butler Street away from my father, who was running after me, and other parents on the side of the road yelling at him, "Get him!"
So, Sean,
Get him!
what's the solution? Because you're going on a rant, you're telling us, but we're
I'm
not
putting
the problem.
out a message on our family chat
Well,
this
what's it
morning.
gonna be?
It's going to be
Sternly
long,
worded.
and it's going to be based on the
don't make it
fact
too
that
long,
do
though.
not ask a dollar off me for the weekend and or your mother, because Megan will just
The weekend, Sean,
$15, to get a meat box down at the
Sean,
bloody kebab shop.
Then you got to get Megan. You got to get Megan to commit to that. But also, I don't think a weekend's enough. You need this to sting. They need to think back about. This has to be their NARM.
Sean,
This has to go for at least 2 weeks.
Sean,
No, I don't disagree.
a
Nathan,
long
at all.
message on them. They're not going to read it.
No,
Have you heard of too long didn't read? They're not going to read it.
Hey, how about this?
They're not gonna read it.
Today we'll make them a TikTok. We'll make them a
That's the only way to get to
TikTok.
them.
We'll make them a TikTok with a cool dance,
Yeah.
letting them know they're not getting any money for 2 weeks. Why don't we do that? And then they'll look at it.
Thank you, Nate. That's a great
We'll do
idea.
that today.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
We thought Sean's rage might have abated, but I think it's gotten worse.
Well, I just added a bit from this morning when I got home before all that other stuff started from this morning. So nothing's working. And Nathan, you were talking about, we'll make a TikTok. perhaps, and that will be the thing where they go, oh, okay.
Yeah. If
Your
people
kids
have just
finally
started
listen to
listening,
you.
Sean has given his children some very simple instructions. Turn the dishwasher on, take the bins out,
Put the washing
in. None of it was done. Sean had to do it all this morning. Sean was pegging clothes to a clothesline at 4:15 this morning. So I said to Sean, you need to cut these kids off financially.
Yes. Yeah,
and
true.
not just for a weekend, I'm talking for a couple of weeks. You really got to...
Two of them have jobs.
Yes, yeah. So you got
Two of them jobs.
Yeah.
And
So I just think you got to cut them off and then see if that has some ramifications, because I don't think you've properly done that. You and Megan as a team yet have pulled all resources.
100% Nathan, this is the reason, because they changed the goalpost. I say absolutely not. You haven't done this. Pick up the dog shit, whatever it is on the lawn.
Yeah.
And then they'll go the back door hours later to Megan. Oh, Mum, I just need $10 or $15 or
For
$20.
school.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know if that would work. In my mind, that'll work. But who knows? I don't have kids these days. I'm just remembering back to when we were a kid, because our parents would just hit us.
It's having the follow through like that.
You know, when you say that, it's so true.
Sean, imagine if you threatened to not take them on the family holiday to Bali and actually did it if they... Can you imagine?
Yeah, but
I thought about that, but then I'm stuck with Megan the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. And also,
who wants that?
To curb behaviour like this, it can't be something that you're going to miss out in the future. It has to be, you need to feel the results now. 13, 24, 10. If you have had this drama with your kids, they're not contributing. They're spending all your money.
They're not following simple instructions.
They're not doing that. It's not hard.
Like
dog
just
guys.
doing a basic chore.
Something that back when we were raised as kids, we would have been hit by, right? So we would have been, so we would have been hit,
and we know you can't hit them now.
That correction, that behaviour would have been corrected. Have you found a workaround that has the same results as hitting your kids?
Is there something Sean can do that actually has worked for you?
Yeah, that has changed their behaviour that's not hitting them.
So, because we doubt that a sternly worded WhatsApp message is going to work.
If you can let us know what it is...
Give us a bloody break.
Yeah. 13, 24, 10. Give us a call now. Remember, Nova's 10K a day in May. You could be 10K richer like Janet from New South Wales was yesterday.
Oh, Janet.
Well done, Janet.
You know what the government needs to do? Just bring a week where it's okay. A week where it's okay, like 80s parenting.
Yeah,
just a week where you can give them a clip around their head, and you can save it all up for that week.
All right, parents, Sean needs your help.
It's like
what
the purge
has actually worked for you?
At the moment, we've decided that the best move forward is to speak to the Premier and ask for a day like the Purge.
Yes.
Where it's 24 hours where you can discipline your children old school. And I said to Sean, it would be so popular, you could literally, not hide it in your house, bring it out into the streets.
People would love it.
People would be cheering, Sean.
So it's the same day for everybody.
We could have it at Optus.
Yeah, and we
could
just
have a
list.
stage on there, and there'll be celebrities.
Yes,
that would
celebrities come in, and it's like Rick and Sue get the chance to slap your child or smack him on the bum.
Yeah, here comes Danny Green.
Possibly knee him in the guts.
You take Rick and Sue over Danny Green.
We're not ruling anything out in terms of violence, but what we'd like to say is we can read through their misdemeanours.
Yes.
15th of May.
Yes.
Failed to put the dishwasher on.
Susanna can't give you a Chinese
February, can take the dog for a walk.
I mean... Look, we're not advocating violence against your children.
No, we know. But back in the day.
But it certainly worked for some of us.
Back in the day.
Sam, our digital content guy.
How's it going?
Talk to us about the punishment that was meted out in your family.
It was absolutely a family affair at Grandma's house. So we all grew up, big group of cousins there.
Yeah. Yep.
If one of us got in trouble, get a smack from Grandma, one of the aunties would come home to
She
pick
would
up
hear
one of the
about
kids.
it.
She would hear about it. Also get a smack.
Second round.
And then Mum would come home. She'd hear about how naughty we've been. Third
And she
smack.
didn't care that you'd already been disciplined twice by that stage. No, she needed to have it.
This is
I think it's
thing.
the thing that brought out family
I think
closest together.
generational slapping is really good to put in the mix as well.
Well, let's talk to Sarah in Wattle Grove. Hi, Sarah.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, Sarah.
Sarah, we know, even though we want to, that we're not allowed to hit them. Okay, so we know that. So have you managed to find something that actually works to get to your children to do what you want them to do?
Yes, I say mum's on strike.
Oh, okay.
I'll lay down on the floor and I just won't do anything.
And so how many days did you lay there for? Because I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't have cared.
Not long at all. They move faster than Speedy Gonzales. It really does work.
So how old are the kids?
8 and 10.
Okay, they're young.
No,
See,
they're
once
too-
they get
they'll
once
see
they're-
through that
once
one.
they're 15, they're like, I don't care.
Oh,
they'll go
you know
to
what?
check. They'll
Yeah,
go-
your children still think you have power.
Yeah.
Like they've worked out Sean has none.
Yes.
And that's the problem. They don't think you have any power.
I think you're 100% right. That taking them places is an issue for them because I'm
Yes,
always
'cause
driving
they
them
need
around.
to be driven to places.
Yeah,
so
every
if you
day.
were to go on strike for that might
and
work.
the
Yeah.
financial thing, because
Yeah.
they're always putting their hand out for 10.
So your
and
strike
15.
cannot be, because it's not going to work you lying on the ground. They will just literally stand on top of you to walk over you to get to your wallet.
100%.
So yeah, no money and no doing
No
any,
transport.
anything.
No
But you
transport.
need to both be a united front on this. You
Yeah,
and
that's-
Megan.
that's the thing.
That's the thing. She loves her children.
Thank you for the suggestion, Sarah. Sharon's in Success. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, Sharon.
Sharon, what have
Hey,
you done
Sharon.
to discipline your children that actually worked, Sharon?
So in the past, my kids are a little bit older, but I used to take the game controls to work and the computer cord. So by the time I got to work, by the time they'd got home and hadn't done their chores like Sean has explained, dishwasher, etc.,
Yeah.
they would have nothing to play after school.
Okay, so
The
that's
issue with that is and I'm going to say this: all of Sean's children know his credit card details off by
Yes.
heart. Am I correct?
go and buy some more.
No, am I correct?
Oh, no, I wouldn't go to that limit.
I think they do.
I think one of them knows them.
I know the one you're talking
So
about. and
anything
he
that you
definitely
take
does.
off with them, they'll just order on Amazon and I'll have it by tomorrow. Is my point with that?
What I do like is changing their Wi-Fi password, and then they have to do their chores to get it.
Yeah, but then
Yeah, but
they've
then
got
that's-
data on their phone.
Yeah, the data thing's an issue too. We'll come back to it.
Okay, thank you, Sharon.
Thanks, Sharon.
Rebecca is in Ellenbrook. Hi, Beck.
Hello.
Hi, Beck.
All right.
What I do,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, I actually don't do their washing for them. I don't do their dishes. So if I've asked them to put the load of washing on and it's not done, I literally pull all of their stuff out and only wash mine.
Yep.
So
Okay.
then when they come to me and go,
got no
my
clothes."
school uniform wasn't washed. I'm like, well, you didn't put the washing on, so I did my washing instead.
I'm
And it
interested
actually
thing
works.
about that. That sounds like not a bad idea. I'm interested to see what happens when you're saying about the
dishes. They
because
wouldn't
I'd
care.
imagine we just keep piling them up.
I don't know anyone that would care about
The
that.
difference as well is you're
No,
living with...
I only wash the things I've used, and if it
Yeah.
runs out,
Yeah.
I will wash a dish for myself.
The-
and they eventually go, but there's nothing in the cupboard. Well, wash it.
But this is the difference between households. Is Megan is a clean freak.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the thing. Megan would, if you can leave that situation and
Yes.
get messy, that will not happen in your
No,
house.
that won't happen.
No.
Hey, what about this one? You stop feeding them
Yeah. Does that work?
because food's a big driver.
I mean, I think
You're
that
right.
crosses
Particularly for
over
the
into
boys.
neglect, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
two of them can fend for themselves. They're adults. You won't go to prison for that.
Yeah.
But the other two, maybe.
I just think I think feed them so they've got enough energy to be hit.
I think what you do, Sean, is you feed them just the same boring food, like the flavourless, boring food, basic stuff, the same thing every night until they pull
Oh,
their
that's
socks up.
that's the case every night.
Anyway, look,
I think it was a good ideas, guys. I think we've workshopped some great
Yes.
stuff.
we've worked
Yeah.
on some great. You will
But
do.
you've got
You
no
will do
follow-through.
none of it. You've got no follow through.
Bunyor.
Bunyor.
Double bunyor.
Thank you.
Bunyor, Sean.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Say here, Ellie.
This is a cautionary tale.
Do you girls wear necklaces, Natalie? I see one on you.
Yes, I'm wearing one now.
Sometimes. I'm not
Yeah.
a big necklace
Yeah.
fan.
Dog collar. Just to mix things up, look.
Yeah.
Well, it
You know
goes in
me.
the ball gag that goes in
Sure.
the mouth, Sean.
That's what I was thinking.
She's a mother to
dog
be.
colour. This happened in Oklahoma. This is shocking. A 16-year-old
Literally.
kid, right? A 16-year-old kid was in bed, okay, and he's doing what everyone does on his phone. You take your phone to bed, don't you? Yep. Do you plug it in and charge it
Yeah.
there as well?
Yeah.
So that means you've got probably a power board in your
Yep,
bed somewhere?
yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So he's dropped his phone off of his bed, and then he's just leant over to get it. Now he's wearing a necklace as well. He's got a bit of jewellery, religious family. It's a crucifix.
Yep.
Right.
So as he's bent down to pick up his phone, the crucifix from his chain has gone and connected with one of the plugs of the power
fallen
board
into the hole.
fall into the hole, and then created a closed circuit of electrocution around his neck.
Whoa,
You would
that
think
is
if
heavy.
you were wearing a crucifix that Jesus might be on your side.
I know.
Yeah.
So many things like that really do make you question if you are a devout follower.
That's right.
You're
And then
doing all the right
The
things
actual
here.
symbol of your devotion is what
And you
nearly
decided
kills you.
to electrocute me, and probably at the same time someone down the road is robbing someone, and
Yes.
you're letting that go. Anyway, so he's ripped it off
survived.
with his hands. He's fine. He's ripped off with his hands. His hands are burnt as well, severely burnt. You can see the chain.
Yeah, you can smell burning flesh and hair.
So then, the necklace was so hot, it's burnt a hole through the bed, and that was around his neck. His mother thought he was playing a game. That's what she thought.
Like
the
a
noise
video
was.
game and yelling
Yeah.
because he was losing his video game, but in actual fact, he was being electrocuted.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Like
Isn't
a
it?
fox.
jewellery is. Foxes are cunning. They're not really crazy.
That's crazy. No, is that crazy like
That's
no?
the
It's
frog.
crazy
Frog.
like a wolf. Is that the song?
That's hungry.
Hungry.
Hey, it's good to work,
We
though.
digress. Jewellery can be dangerous, as it turns out. When I was a kid, my friend's dad, who was a farmer, he was cleaning out the combine harvester, and something caught his wedding ring caught on the machinery, and as he's moved it, it has ripped all the flesh off his ring finger.
degloving.
And then it's more than a degloving, because a degloving is just the skin. This was all
it
the
is
flesh.
all of it. So
So
it's
he
just
saw the
a
bone,
skeleton.
and in the end, they actually removed the finger.
Okay, yeah, because you
Because
can't. Sometimes you can't get the bedspread back on.
Imagine. My dad never wore a wedding ring, and now I know why. Like, because it was too dangerous.
That's another reason I shouldn't be wearing mine.
You don't do any form of manual labour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you got me on that one.
So we want to know if jewellery has hurt you somehow.
Hey, Thomas.
Hey, how you going?
Good, Thomas.
All right, Thomas, what hurt you and how?
When I was 18, I had a nipple piercing.
Yeah, you did.
I was playing footy with my mate, and the nipple piercing ripped through my nipple.
Is that does your nipple heal from that, or is that a permanent? Do you now just have a split nipple?
It's like it's kind of pierced permanently. Like, there's always been a hole in it for the last 10 years. Never put the bar back in.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
right.
it's just like you've always now just got a...
I know you got a hole, but did it heal
it-
over the
From
rip
where
part?
it ripped out.
Yeah.
No, the ball just rips straight through, so it's like a little hole.
Oh,
right
I know
through
what
my
you mean.
nipple.
So it's instead of ripping, so say that the nipple's like this, it's ripped down
Show
that
us
way.
on yours,
yes.
Nat.
Oh.
So the ball ripped through.
Hey,
yeah.
Thomas, would you still have it if it wasn't ripped out? Do you think?
Potentially.
When I first started here, I don't know why, but I was one of those people that got my tongue pierced.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought it was the coolest
Extra
thing
pleasure.
ever.
Can I ask you about talking? Because I was one of the people. What was the go there?
Oh, well, at the start, it's terrible.
Yeah.
My tongue swelled up as well. I was working at the Curtin University Tavern at the time, and I remember I'd lost sort of all feeling in my tongue, and I was pouring a beer, and I didn't realise that as I was
That you're
pouring a beer,
dribbling.
I was drooling into it. But I had it for years, and I had it when I first started here. And I ended up taking it out for this reason, right? Because how's this coming into a new job and realising that there's an issue with what you have? Every time I'd talk, it would click on my teeth, and you would hear it in the talk break.
Yeah, you
so that's
also
why I'd have
used
to
to
take them.
swallow them all the
Yeah,
time.
it got very expensive.
Yeah.
So I'd go to bed with it in my mouth, and wake up and it was gone, and it was inside of me, and they were like $60 each. So once I got to about probably $3,000 or $4,000 worth of jewellery in my stomach, I stopped.
Can't go through the airport without setting up a metal detector, though. Thanks, Thomas. Demi's in Baldivis. Hello.
Morning, guys.
Hey,
Demi, what sort of jewellery hurt you and how?
A ring. I was trying to get some stuff out of my car and I had my hands full. And I somehow caught my ring caught on the car door and jammed my hand in the door as it shut, and I fractured my finger.
Oh,
Wow.
God, that would have hurt.
So when you slammed your ring in the door, that squashed against your finger like a vice.
Yeah.
And then wait there, how'd you stretch the ring back open to get your finger out?
They had to cut it off.
You had to cut it off.
Oh,
Nathan,
God, that
remember
would've
when your ring hurt you when you were facing Mitch
It's
Marsh?
just coming back to me.
Yes.
Yes, they should tell you to remove all hand jewellery when playing cricket.
Especially that which is made of glass.
Yeah, it was a jade ring, and I was facing Mitch, and I had his gloves on, and then next minute after I was batting, I went, God, my hand feels wet, and I thought that must be sweat. I hadn't experienced sweat before.
It was a big day.
Sorry, it was a big day. And then I looked down and the sweat was red. And then I remember there was this glass shards. I've still got the scars. There, scars.
Yeah.
Glass shards in the middle of my in between my fingers.
You know, that was a fair while ago, and I know this for a fact because one of the kids who eventually bowled you out
Yes.
was playing footy for the Brisbane Lions
Stop
on
it.
Friday
Are you
night
joking?
against Adelaide Crows.
Is that true? How do you know
true.
that?
The kids that I was
Michael
facing in the
Pryor, a
nets.
guy I coached with, his son.
Wow.
So he would have been 14 or 15. Now he
Not
playing
even.
AFL
They
on
were
the weekend.
younger than that. Yeah.
Oh, what? Yeah.
God, do you know the amount of
Amazing.
huge, successful sports stars that I ever got to tie to their history?
It's true.
Huge. Carmelo's in Bundajong. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Great,
Hi,
Carmelo.
buddy.
How did jewellery hurt you?
So I was one morning hanging out with my little nephew, 6 months old, and I was making toast. And he's learned how to grab things now. So as I'm making the toast, he's grabbed my necklace and thrown it into the toaster.
Whoa!
Carmelo.
And, look, it's still on your neck, isn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So your necklace has gone into the toaster. What happened next?
So I've just started, still trying to hold my nephew, and I've started screaming. So Mum's had to come over and rip me away from the toaster.
Were you getting electrocuted?
And burnt?
Pardon?
Electrocuted, burnt? What was the feeling?
I was just electrocuted, hitting the barbed wire, hitting like a
Electric fence.
electric fence.
Yeah, and the worst thing is just waiting for it to pop. Just waiting for it to pop so you can be saved.
And you're not allowed to throw the kid on the floor.
That's rubbish now.
Oh, thanks, guys.
You know, you're the first person we ever spoke to that's been toasted.
Yeah, that's true. Thomas, Demi and Carmelo, all in the running for Nova's 10K a day in May.
So good.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Righto, Nathan, you promised us something.
Okay, so I was watching the news last night, minding my own business, and I saw a terrible crime. And this is terrible for anybody that is working at a service station when someone comes in and holds you up.
Oh,
Yes.
the guy with the machete.
Machetes.
Yeah.
Machetes, by the way. Where do they sell machetes?
I don't know, mate. I know.
Where do you buy machetes from?
Machete World.
Because they really should, you know how you got to get your guns
Is that
registered?
seasonal,
you
by
know
the
you
way?
got to get your guns registered? I really do feel like you should get your machetes registered because
totally,
people that have
with
got
ya.
machetes, no one's out there cutting through vines.
Yeah, we don't
We
have
got
any
no cane
jungle.
fields.
I only every time I see them is someone running after someone else in a shopping centre or
Yes.
something. Anyway,
Here.
it's ridiculous. So in Kareen, about 2.5 weeks ago, 2 armed men held up a servo.
Don't
so they
do
go
that.
in there, he's waving around a machete, he's threatening the staff. The person working was terrified.
Yeah, it's
He ran
Strong
straight at the back.
Yeah, fled at the back.
Yeah.
Then they tried to get some money out of the till. The tills had just been changed over, so there was no money in there. So, of course, you're robbing somewhere. What are you going to do? You want to at least get something, yeah?
Yeah, of course
This
you
is
do.
the reporter telling us the rest of the story.
At the risk of leaving with nothing, the man grabbed some chips and a bottle of milk before smashing their way through the locked glass doors. But as they did, one of them falls over, appearing to smash the chips. They both fled the scene, apparently with just a bottle of milk, leaving behind a trail of chip crumbs and a terrified staff member.
Chip crumbs.
Yeah, so
Which
they were-
led them to the perpetrators,
Yes.
the chip crumbs,
Such an
and they
easy
were caught.
arrest.
No, I don't know if they were
Hansel
caught.
and Gretel
but
style.
if you cannot find them after
Yes.
a
trail of salt and vinegar.
Trail of salt and vinegar.
Should have seen the guy trying to break out when he was kicking the doors.
But of all
Oh, my
things, why
God.
did you get milk? Like,
I know. Let's get out of here. You're behind the
grab some
counter.
milk.
I
Quick,
thought
Nathan,
at
get
least
something.
for me, criminals want durries.
Yeah, that's
Wouldn't
right.
you have grabbed a packet of durries, but not just a bottle of
But
milk?
they
and
lock them.
A bottle of milk
Okay,
and
just-
a packet of chips on the way out. Even just a bunch full of chocolates.
I know, but also, just one bag of chips? Like, wouldn't you get more than... You've got 2 hands.
Well, he couldn't hold on to one of them.
You've got...
Could he?
It's
Let
hard to
alone
know
two.
what to because you want the most expensive thing. Yeah, I've got to put myself in that situation.
Anyway, well, thank God the staff member's okay.
So you're getting a car battery, yes? What to do? And a packet of
I
snakes?
know.
Hi, Ross.
Come on.
That prison conversation. What are you in for? Milk.
How'd they catch up? Chip crumbs. That happened to him too. That's how they got him. Twisty dust.
Yeah. We don't call him Sandboy for nothing.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.